2015. Today we will be looking at OG versus Vega Squadron in the second qualification bracket. Joining me today is the Lone Russian. Hey, Lone Russian, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I am good. So currently, my friend the Lone Russian is loading into the game. Joining me today is the Lone Russian. Hey,
Hold
Lone
on,
Russian,
ladies
how are
and
you doing?
gentlemen. I have the
Doing well.
screen
How are you?
going in the background, and I am hearing myself on repeat. Okay, got that fixed.
So, OG versus Vega. They've already played their group stages. If you look here, we have the current bracket setups, and right now we also have a Virtus Pro versus Newbie game going on. That in the same bracket. So getting into the draft, we see that OG have picked up the Shadow Fiend, the Night Stalker, the Tusk, and the Broodmother. And Vega Squadron have picked up the Queen of Pain, the Dazzle, the Beastmaster, and the Luna. We are currently waiting on Vega Squadron's final pick. In the last game I was just watching, we had the Broodmother as a 5th pick by, I believe it was VP, and they just ended up squashing Newbie with it. So most likely the Shadow Fiend will be Miracle Hero. The Broodmother will be... God, I don't know the positions. Hey, Russian, have you loaded into the game yet? Are you at the screen?
Yeah, I'm watching. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I know you're still fairly new to the Dota scene. You've been playing the game for, what, 6 months now? Whereas I've been playing it for 3 years? Yeah, so about that amount of time. What do you make of the drafts as of right now?
I think it's very very interesting. Like I never I don't know.
So for OG, what they're probably going to end up doing is the Shadow Fiend will be the mid player, which is Miracle tends to be the one that the player who runs the mid. Oh, and we see the axe. This is a good counter to the Broodmother. I'm sorry to interrupt myself in my explanation there for you, Russian. But the axe, between the axe and the Luna, they have very good clear for the Spiderlings. And also the Queen of Pain with her ultimate. Once she picks up the Aghanims especially, with a 40-second cooldown, she can clear away the spiders with the pure damage. And since it's an AoE, it also makes it easier. But, so, with OG, they'll be running the Shadow Fiend mid. The Night Stalker will most likely be their position 4 support. Tusk will be their 5 position. Broodmother will be their offlaner. And currently... I take that back.
Ooh.
The Tusk will be the offlaner. And the Rubik is picked up here. Plenty of good spells for Rubik to steal. We have the Dazzle ultimate.
Yes, definitely.
The Beastmaster ultimate, which will give the team a lot of lockdown. The Quap ultimate, and even Luna's. This is going to be a very good game for the Rubik. So now we'll be getting into the game in a second here, as soon as the players get on their heroes. So
I'll be interested to see if the Tusk and the Shadow Fiend try to go with Invis, seeing as they already have the Broodmother and the other team will already be countering her Invis.
Yeah, actually that's a good point. I doubt the Tusk will be going for a Shadow Blade. I can see the possibility of the Shadow Fiend doing it, but just not that good of an item. And forgot to go to free cam here. So, Eric, would you like to go over the Dire lineup?
As in...
Okay, I'll go over the Radiant lineup.
Sorry.
To show you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first cast together, so both the Russian and CornMann, myself, are new to this kind of thing. So we have Pasha on the Luna. we have Solo on the Beastmaster. No one will be covering the Queen of Pain mid. Seema the Slayer will be covering the Dazzle, and then in the bot lane we have Mag covering the Axe.
For the Dire, we have Fly covering Tusk. We have CR1T
Crit.
covering the
I
Rubik.
miscrit, my
Oh.
friend.
Oh. Well, that was stupid. we have Miracle covering the Shadow Fiend, Moon on the Broodmother, and No Tail.
Yeah, he just
Shadow
goes by
Fiend.
No Tail. Don't worry about the other crap in his name.
Okay.
So it looks like the teams
And No
will
Tail on the Night Stalker.
looks like the teams will be evenly dividing up the two bounty runes, with Miracle getting his for the mid lane and no one getting his for the mid lane. We see that. That's an interesting ward from the Dire in the mid lane there. I guess it gives them a little uphill vision. And as per normal, we'll see the Dazzle and... Oh, this might be first blood on the Rubik. The first boar goes
No.
down that could have body blocked, but wasn't able to get that off. Should probably pull up the last hits. Right now we have Shadow Fiend leading, which is not good for the Queen of Pain. The sooner that Shadow Fiend gets his last hits up, the harder it's going to be for this Queen of Pain in lane. Once they hit level, hold on. Let's get rid of the spectator chat. Bot lane, up. This might be first blood on Mag. If they can get a up, there's the block with the ice shards, and first blood goes to the Night Stalker.
While they were working on first blood, Quap was whittling down the Shadow Fiend mid lane.
Miracle has picked up his bottle. Looks like he's going to be bottle crowing there, unless he can get the bot lane. Crit rotates mid to ensure that the Shadow Fiend gets all the farm he needs. Most likely he'll be harassing the Queen of Pain out of lane. I'm actually surprised Mag isn't... actually Mag's doing okay. He's not doing as bad as I thought he would. He's getting a nice amount of farm down here in the bot lane. Top lane, the Broodmother's doing her best to get her last hits. All in all, a pretty quiet game so far. Sentry ward placed down by the Radiant in the trees. Moon will most likely notice this and be able to deward it.
Oh. Shadow Fiend goes down.
Oh wow. Missed that one. Russian, did you catch that one, all that, or did you just see...
I just saw the tail end of it.
Anything interesting there? How'd the Queen get it?
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
It's all good.
She's been doing very, very well whittling him down, staying out of range of his raise, or dodging it, but still using her abilities and auto attack on him. Oh, I think she's gonna get another kill.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Dang, Miracle. Miracle is actually up. Here comes the snowball. And the Queen of Pain will be going down, and they will get the return kill on the two supports. But Miracle is actually one of the best solo players in the game, at least according to Dota 2's MMR rankings. He currently sits at 8K and is one of only 2 players, I believe, in the pro team that are above that. It's him and Weehaw. I don't know of anybody else. The Night Stalker is actually picking up the most farm in the bot lane here, thanks to the supports rotating around the map. But now the supports are going to be sitting mid lane here to make sure Miracle can finally
Oh,
get his
Brood's
farm.
going down. It's
And
been a hard lane for Brood.
I have missed a bunch of kills, ladies and gentlemen. I am sorry. But we see the Tusk go in on the mid lane, and the Beastmaster throws out his axes, and the Beastmaster goes down with the raises of the Shadow Fiend. Quap goes in to try and get a return kill, but doesn't work out for her. Now Brood has rotated to the bottom lane. Actually, I think the sentry ward that they placed up in the trees on top was what ended up killing the Brood. And they rotate No Tail up to the top lane to farm there since he's doing so well bot. Most likely now that the top tower is down, we will be seeing the Radiant heroes roaming around the map a lot more. We see Mag jungling in the Dire to doing some of their farm. And the Dire have very defensive warding up. They have that one on their,
Oh no,
tier
Brood's
1
going
unit.
down again.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah, the sentry wards.
And the Dazzle oh! The Brood gets the return kill with her spiderlings. Onto the, Dazzle.
Attempted to chase after the Beastmaster, but the web, after they got out of the web, they just weren't fast enough.
Hopefully the Beastmaster will be able to clean up some of these spiders for some farm. Because he is sitting low on the last hit chart there. That is not what you want to see your Beastmaster at this point in the game. The Axe has about 30 last hits and is farming really well. I'd say he'd be able to get his Blink Dagger within the next up. Miracle.
Yep.
He doesn't have his ult scaled though, he's not 6 yet, but they should be able to get it here. Axe with the call, but it doesn't help him out enough, and down he goes. Now, going to the bot lane, you see a snowball in, and, Tusk might, Tusk goes down here. Nice little kill for the Radiant. So it's a 1-for-1 across the board. And we see the Brood Mother just continuing to farm, but she has to be careful. She doesn't know that there's a sentry down here. Right about there.
I mean, she has to know after that last kill.
That's true, but...
And the Dazzle Shallow Grave.
It looks like Luna's... Yup.
It's not going to be
Brood in
enough.
from behind. Wow! And the Dazzle doesn't get away either.
They can get bottom tower off this easy.
Yep. Which will be nice since the Radiant took down the tier 1 top. See this Miracle is caught back up in farm. I didn't see any stack. Looks like they have at least they have stacked a large scale. So this is a good mechanism for him to catch back up.
And bot tower goes down.
Queen of Pain still doing her thing in the mid lane. Slowly farming away here. About 600 gold on top of her treads and Null Talisman. I don't know what she's going to be going this game. I don't think she'll pick up the Orchid, because there's not really any skills she can, that are going to interfere with her, that are good escape mechanisms. She might pick it up for the Tusk, but that's about it. Most likely, she'll be going into the Aghanim Scepter next. And another thing we have to be careful of is the Axe with his Blink Dagger. He'll have that up within the next 2 minutes, I imagine.
Ooh. There's a smoke gank top lane.
Oh boy. Luna's gonna go down again.
We'll see how this...
And, Foster tries to escape into the trees, but goes down anyways. And I also just remembered
the
that
Rubik
I have
stole
not
her, Luna.
retitled my broadcast, so I might want to do that. Silly me.
And the Rubik also managed to steal her lucent beam. Yeah. Off of that.
G versus Vega. Current score sitting 8-5, 9 minutes in. Overall, I would say that late game favors OG just because they have the split pushing ability from the Brood Mother. So even if they do get caught out in a team fight, as long as she lives, they'll be able to push other lanes and possibly get a set of frags, because that Brood Mother is known to be even more slippery than a Nature's Prophet when it comes to split push. Luna sitting at only 40 left. It's 10 minutes in. She's fallen slightly behind in farm. Doesn't even have her power treads yet. Whew, that's rough. We see the Tusk. With his ground boots and magic wand, not bad for support at this point in the game.
Quap with a haste rune and smoke heading for top lane.
Let's see. I don't think they'll be able to catch anybody out here. The Tusk has too high mobility in the Rubik. Actually, maybe they'll catch out. Uh-oh. Careful, crit. No. Crit's gonna be fine. He spots out the, Dazzle as the smoke wears off, and they're all gonna be fine. You see, the Night Stalker is gonna be going for the Aghanim Scepter rush. This will allow them to get the vision advantage. Being able, he picks up the Ag Scepter and then picks up a gem, and he can just deward the entire map, getting rid of any vision that Vega might have. These two bottom better be careful though. They've been spotted out by the Radiant. Miracle gets out fine, and it looks like, for at least right now, the Night Stalker will be safe. Brood Mother needs to be a little careful here, but she spots out the rest of the Radiant heroes. See the Night Stalker rotate up top to farm his own jungle. And Brood is just fending off this possible push like it's nothing. Sends in the Spider Link, scout things out. And you can tell that the Radiant are playing very scared due to the lack of vision because of the Night Stalker's darkness. They're just gonna probably group up for the rest of the night, farm together, and wait until daytime. The Illusion Rune rotating through the bottom. Don't think anybody's gonna get caught out here. It's just gonna be a fight game of farming for now. Both teams hoping to get their mid-game stride at this point, with the laning phase now ending. But Luna was behind in farm, so she needs to catch up. So she'll be farming probably for the next 5 minutes at least before we see her in another fight.
Oh,
and up, bottom
Dazzle's
lane.
caught out.
There goes Dazzle. Boosh. Down to the Brood Mother and the Night Stalker. Gotta be careful. Should not be that far up all alone. He had nobody there for him. Poor guy. Axe finally has his blink dagger. So now he can initiate on everybody, but he's gotta be careful now. OG are smoked and they're coming in on him. If they're up, nope, he blinks away. He should
The
be
smoke
okay.
wore
But
off.
the Night Stalker's going in still. Going in. He gets the crippling fear off onto the Beastmaster, but rotates right out after that. They get the aggressive sentry ward down into the Radiant jungle. We're seeing the rest of Radiant rotate in now. They might be able to catch out the Tusk, but the Tusk does ice touch, but the X blinks in, calls. No, down he goes, dunked and mutant beamed. We see Brood Mother harassing out the rest of the team with their spiders. We see the call, or not the call, the shout come out from the queen, and up mid, there we go. Miracle doing his work, and out comes the, Luna's ultimate. but down she goes, just blasted away by the Shadow Fiend. And again, here comes the scream of pain from or the Sonic Wave from the Queen of Pain. But it just doesn't do enough, and everybody on OG stays alive with 2 going down for Vega. And there goes Miracle again. Takes out the, who was that, the Dazzle? Or Dazzle?
Yes.
Just keeps getting caught out this game. Not a good game for him.
No.
The Luna just returns to farming bot. Queen of Pain about halfway, or 2/3 of the way. Or, yeah. She's 2/3-ish of the way to her Ag Scepter here. I think it's about time we switch to the net worth graph. And we see that
the Rubik has picked up Shallow Grave. If they get in another team fight, that will help, but for right now, they're just backing off.
Yep. We'll probably see the top tier 1 for the Radiant go down here next. I imagine they're gonna group up to push this with the advantage they have. The Miracle is leading in net worth by almost 3,000 at this point, which is amazing for a 15-minute mark.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
An attempt to get the Beastmaster fails,
Radiant structures.
and they are going to get top tower.
Oof. Team net worth, OG is leading by getting close to 7,500 at this point. And as for difference in experience, they have about a 5k lead. I only see this improving for OG as they have better farming mechanisms and just all around have a team that's going to perform better as the game goes on. But now we see the night rotate today, and they'll probably just sit back and farm at this point. But the Night Stalker, I assume he's going to be finishing his Aghanim Scepter here within the next 2 or 3 minutes, which will just allow the Dire team to team fight better. Tusk, he has his Arcane Boots and Magic Wand up. He'll be buying support items though for the rest of the game, so it might take him a while to get the Blink Dagger up. And we see items coming out for both teams at this point. Pasha has picked up the drums, which I don't really agree with here. He needs to go. I do understand that it'll make it so he can move and farm a little faster, but I would have gone a bit of a greedier build at this point and gone straight into farming. It just, because at this point he's just going to start falling behind. He can't team fight. So you go like for the Yasha and maybe the Helm of the Dominator, just so you can farm around the map and stay out. But we'll see, maybe it'll pay off. Queen of Pain now has her Aghanim Scepters. I believe she's flying it out to her. Nope, not flying it out, just the warts. It's sitting in her stash in base.
And the Brood, Shadow Fiend, and Rubik are roshing.
This will be an easy first.
And Tusk comes down to join them.
With the presence of the Dark Lord, 3 points already in it. But we do see the Radiant team getting ready to rotate in. They spoke in, but it's already too late. We could see the Radiant team get caught out, but most of them remain in the smoke, which means they get the movement speed buff and are able to just skedaddle on out of there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
In the meantime, though, the Dire top wave was pushed. Crit rotates up there to take care of that. Gets Force Staff. Nice Force Staff there, Rubik. He hasn't had to buy wards we might see.
The Luna almost caught out, but the drums save her.
Guess I was wrong then. Drums for the win. Poor old Miracle doesn't
Moved
get
out of the
healing
Shadow
love.
Fiend's.
Miracle has gone the old mechanism build, which means he's going to be able to tank through a lot here. They're going more for the mid-game oriented push strat with the Shadow Fiend here. So so it might take them longer to rotate into a later game, but the Broodmother does have a Hand of Midas, so she'll be able to just farm really quickly now. See the Radiant team will rotate in to defend mid. Ultimately, though, it's just Miracle here, so unless they can get some sort of pick off on them, then that rotation really wasn't worth it for them. And they're just missing out on more farming time. We see Miracle's the only person up in mid lane. And there goes the first Aghanim Scepter, ult from the Queen of Pain, and it only takes about a third of Miracle's health out. So, looks like even though it's a very good item, she just doesn't have the levels to prop up the item. And now she's going in for the BKB, which is a defensive build, which is really going to limit her ability to do damage in team fights. Normally you go for like the Orchid next or some sort of item that improves your damage, but she's just not able to with the team being caught out so much. Shadow Fiend just rotating around the map farming. I don't know what his next item is going to be. He could go for anything here. We could see the Eye of Scotty. We could see possibly Satanic. Or maybe the Assault Carrots, as it is more of a pushing item. Gives the team a little extra armor. Allows them to push faster. And it goes nicely with the Vladimir's offering.
Got it.
Let's go, take a quick peek at the graphs here. Oh boy! Whoo! 10k lead and climbing in net worth for OG. And almost
Looks like they're gonna take top tower.
Grouping up for the push now. Root's gonna take the Ancients, and then we'll likely, as my friend the Lone Russian said, we will probably see them take down the top tier 2. The Radiant team will be able to take the tier 1, but they use the Dazzle ult, and then the Fortify comes out. And the Dire just have so much more pushing power. We're gonna see the Radiant continue to push. I don't think this is a good idea. Because if Dire decides to rotate back, they're just done for. But they do back off because the tier 3 is getting pressured. Getting some nice chip damage in there from the Mantis-style illusion from the Shadow Fiend.
The Shadow Fiend still has his Aegis, if only for a little while longer.
Yeah, they do have to be careful about that. The Aegis will be expiring within the next minute or two. But Miracle does avoid the blink call from the Axe, and they should be fine. They'll probably back off here for a little more farming and wait out for the next stage. Miracle might not be aware of the fact that his Aegis is about to time out here, because he's still playing a little bit aggressive. He's playing very aggressive. Needs to be a little careful here. See the pings coming out from the Beastmaster to go on to Miracle. Just pinging him out next, saying to back off, my friend. That Aegis of yours is about to expire. Need to be a little careful. And there it goes. So now Miracle has that free item slot that he can buy his third big item with. What it is though, I don't know. It might be the Butterfly. That would also not be a bad item to get. It gives you some armor so that you can protect yourself against the physical counter helixes from the Axe, as well as being able to deal with the Luna and Queen of Pain right click. We might also see the BKB come out, but it doesn't do too much with the Queen of Pain, her ultimate being physical, the Beastmaster's axes being physical. We see a BKB come out for the Broodmother. It's just been farming
the
like mad.
Radiant attempted to get Dire tier 1 mid lane, but they lost a tier 2 bot lane, and they didn't even succeed in taking down the mid lane tower. So that was ultimately pointless.
Yeah, the life of a Dota gamer can sometimes be rough, where you just make those wrong calls. But I mean, it's not like they could have defended bot even if they wanted to. They just don't have the spunk to go up against this team.
And it looks like the Axe is getting caught out.
Up. Axe, Walrus Punch. Sigil up. He calls to get the extra armor. He's trying to TP out. He might get out. He gets out with less than 100 health. Oh, Jesus. Whoo!
Wow.
That's a close one. Lucky little bastard he is. I hear a scream somewhere. Sounds like it was just a little cleanup scream, though, to get rid of the creep wave. Looks like it was mid lane, just trying to get that lane pushed out. If we look at the vision, Radiant barely anything. They got their little visions around the creep wave, but there are no... They have one ward behind the tier 2, but it's not getting them any vision from the Night Stalker's darkness. All they see is the cliff, unless it's daytime, then they get some vision, but other than that, they're just sitting around. They have no idea where the Dire team is. Whereas the Dire... Dire doesn't have any wards, but then again, you have the map hack from the Night Stalker here, so it's not too much of a deal.
And the Rubik has actively been, or I just saw him a few seconds ago take down a ward that was placed over the river, so they have been dewarding.
Yeah, the Night Stalker has his Ag Scepter and the gem up, so he has that map hack going from where if it's nighttime, he can see absolutely everything. So despite the Radiant's best efforts, they're just not going to be able to get any vision up whatsoever. Let's do a quick item check here. Oh boy. Our friend Dazzle here barely has anything. Still sitting on brown boots and his magic wand at 26 minutes in. Poor guy's been caught out so much. Then we have the Beastmaster. He's picked up a counter Vlad to counter the one that the Brood has here. And then he's gone for Tranquil build, Boots and Urn. You know you're not having a good game when you're not able to go for Blinker, Nectar, Nomicon, and the Beastmaster. It just means your farm has been limited so much that you've been pushed into these defensive items. And we have just a couple of seconds here till we find out what the second half of the Roche timer is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a short one. So the Dire team's going to have to keep an eye out for that. Queen of Pain, she's just built a Mithril Hammer since the last time we checked in on her. And we see mid lane, Miracle's chasing down the Dazzle.
Might get caught out again.
Dazzle's gonna get caught out again if he's not careful. That's 2 hits from up. Ooh, and the stun comes out from the Tusk to cancel the TP, and down he goes. Poor guy. Sucks to suck.
And the Night Stalker looks like he's trying to get the Tusk looks like he's trying to get the rest of the team to go in on Beastmaster.
Silence comes out from the Night Stalker. Crippling Fear. Rubik steals the Hawk, so they get a nice extra bit of vision. Up. Oh no! Whew! And crit goes down to the creep.
Oh.
Oops. But mid lane, Dire's pushing into the base. And Queen of Pain expends her first BKB charge here. Miracle's got to be careful. He has the Satanic, but he's down to about half health. And he just buys up the items to build the crit. Or most of it. He's missing the recipe. And out it comes. And then Fly has picked up a Blink Dagger. So much for that slow blink timing I was talking about on the Tusk. He managed to pick it up by the 28-minute mark, which is not bad at all. And now the Dire, with 2 heroes down on the Radiant, rotate into the Roshan pit to pick that up. Nice, easy peasy. Looks like the Radiant might be grouping up to smoke. They're gonna try and go in on this. I don't know that this is a good idea. Dire have a ward up the hill. And down it goes. they're just a little late each time they try to get to it. Who picks up the Aegis this time? It's on Miracle again? I assume it is. Yep, Miracle has it. And we see the silence that come out from the Night Stalker. Up, there's the scream.
BKB.
BKB's being popped all over the place. Luna's getting chomped down by Miracle. And up, Axe. If I were him, I would have just stood in the middle and let them right-click me to get a couple spins off, but doesn't work.
Clop narrowly makes it away.
And Rubik steals, and GG is called. That is first game going to OG. 17-7. All in all, the boys had a hard game here. Vega are gonna need to bring their A game next game if they want to stay and get guarantee themselves a good spot in the brackets. They could be facing quite a bit of trouble. So we'll be back with game 2 in a couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in.